Hello, this is Chef John from foodwishes.com with roasted Brussels sprouts and Cipollini onions. This is kind of a wintertime side dish, perfect for those holiday dinners. Only has a couple ingredients, but is really, really nice. So let me show you how to put this together. So I'm going to take my Brussels sprouts, I'm going to cut them in half, try to go right through that core so they hold together. And then just so they cook a little more evenly, I like to make one little slice with the tip of the knife right there. All right, just a little 1/4-inch gash in the end. That just helps that thick part cook a little quicker. And this works with like any amount, so don't worry about how much I'm using or you're using. Same technique will work no matter how many you're working with. And then we're going to roast these Brussels sprouts with this, a Cipollini onion. Kind of a little baby onion. Well, actually, I don't think it's a baby. I think that's like full size. But a little miniature onion, really delicious, apparently Italian from the name, although I've done no research. So that's the root end. All right, and we're just going to cut off the top. All right, don't peel them. The skin's going to come off when we boil them. Got it? We're going to bring a pot of water to boil, rolling boil. We're going to salt it really well. The secret to cooking vegetables, nice salty water. I'm going to dump the Brussels sprouts in and set my timer for 2 minutes exactly. And then they're going to go right straight in cold water. Okay, ice water's best, but very cold water. When those are cool, drain them thoroughly. All right, in the same water, dump your onions, and these got to cook longer. Okay, these are a lot denser. These are going to go about 10 minutes. Now, if you couldn't find Cipollini and you're using like pearl onions, of course, reduce the time. What you want is them just to start to become tender if you test it with the tip of a paring knife. All right, but you don't want them soft. You want them just starting to get tender. Once they're boiled, rinse them off. When they cool down enough to handle, you just pinch that skin right off, okay? Very simple. Now that one came off nice and clean. If it leaves a little bit of that brown root at the bottom, I think that looks pretty cool. You can kind of peel it off with a paring knife if you want, but I think it makes a nice presentation. So there we go. My onions are prepped. My Brussels sprouts are prepped. All right, we're going to head over to the stove, put a heavy-duty pan on medium heat, add a chunk of butter, and we're going to cook that on medium until it gets to be a toasty brown. We don't want black. We don't want just light tan. We want it brown. All right, so check it out, just like that. As soon as that happens, dump in your drained and dried Brussels sprouts and onions. Don't be dumping a bunch of water in really hot butter. Always a bad idea. So make sure the veggies are as drained as possible. You're going to toss them in that brown butter till coated. Give them a big pinch of salt, big pinch of pepper. All right, give them another toss. And at that point, we are going to simply turn off the heat and continue roasting in a very hot oven. I want you to preheat your oven before you even start sauteing those to 450. You can even go 475 if you want, but at least 450. Those are going to go in for about 15 minutes until they look like that. All right, so it's such a simple recipe. Basically, the super hot oven was the secret ingredient. And I'll admit, not a huge Brussels sprouts fan, but I really do like them like this. Just like a really mild, buttery cabbage flavor. All right, you can see the fresh lemon wedges around there. I think that's a great touch. That combination of the lemon juice brightening up the flavors of that caramelized vegetable. Just a classic combination. And don't let the good taste fool you. This is very, very nutritious. And remember, it's not Brussels sprouts, it's Brussels sprouts. And please do not spell it with a Z, you hip-hop kids. Anyway, I hope you give this simple side dish a try. All the ingredients are on the site, like all 5 of them. And as always, enjoy.